Welcome to the Funky Intellect podcast, where I explore life topics through ridiculousness and real talk. Join me every week for conversations that make you think and music suggestions that make you move. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Funky Intellect podcast. I'm your girl Joy, and we are jumping right in today, talking about something that I feel like should not necessarily need a spotlight, but I decided to give it a short little go for this reason. We're talking about bad advice and terrible pep talks. Yeah, bad advice and terrible pep talks, because it's been sounding like y'all don't have it in you to give good advice or a good pep talk. Like, I don't know where we're stalling out, but it's happening, okay? And I just wanted to kind of challenge y'all. Hopefully y'all not the bad advice people, but also let's challenge people to, for real, like not give it, let's shut up. The soundtrack for this particular episode is two throwbacks you might remember. The first being the Black Eyed Peas, shut up, just shut up, shut up, just shut up, shut up. That was the jam. I know y'all remember that one. And also honorable mention. And this also might just kind of be equal, because this is also the jam. I'm going with Trick Daddy. Okay, what's up? Shut up. Because some of y'all gotta shut up. It's bad advice. Terrible pep talks. I was recently talking to a friend, and she was telling me, like her mom tried to give her a little pep talk, and I was like, dang, this ain't the first time I heard this. It's kind of going around, so I wanted to bring it to light. Now that like the economy's bad, okay, people can't pay for groceries, gas, things, life. So the economy's bad, family stuff going on. Everybody always got a family issue. Somebody not talking to somebody says something. It's always a family situation. And then sometimes people are just genuinely not happy. You woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You hate your circumstance. You want to get out of it. Whatever it is. People be unhappy. And what I've heard through this is folks like venting to a friend or family member, and they're receiving terrible advice. And if it's not advice, it's a pep talk that don't help. It's just not useful. I remember a time back in my life where I was venting to my mama about something. It was my job at the time. That particular job, I don't exactly remember what was going on at the job, but something was happening and your girl was not with it, okay? And so I'm venting about this job. I'm in a parking lot of a restaurant, venting on the phone with my mama. Now, mind you, I don't even really tell her stuff that's going on for advice or pep talking to happen. But I remember this specifically years ago. My mama said the most, I don't know if it was outlandish. I don't know if she really thought about it, but she wasn't wrong, but she wasn't right. Y'all know what she said? Now, okay, let me set the scene. I'm sitting in the car, venting about the day's work. Let's say, for instance, your bosses, your manager or something is giving you too much work or more work than they should, whatever. So you're venting about how, they putting all the work on you. They not putting it on other people. The manager themselves don't even know how to do the work. Blah, 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 woo, woo, woo. Right? You talking. Y'all know what my mama told me? She said, well, at least you're not a felon. At that moment, I was like, okay, all right. Okay, yeah, yes, but no, no. First of all, that don't have nothing to do with the situation at hand. Secondly, what? What? Like, this was your pep talk? This was the thing? And I don't know if people know this, but things could get worse for you. But also, things could be better. So when you hear people say, "Oh, things could be worse," things could get worse. Yeah, but also things could be much better. Things could be much, much better. And when she said that, I was like, this is just, this lady didn't think it out. And it was crazy because she's not wrong. I am happy that I'm not a felon because that would make my life a little bit harder, right? But also, what that got to do with the price of tea in China. Glory be, okay, to God. But that it just wasn't great. Another friend, she was venting to her mom about life, and like the all the things you got to do. So imagine, you got kids, you got husband or spouse, partner, whatever, all the things that are happening. You're complaining a little bit about that or venting. And she said, I don't know what it is about boomers and their pep talks, but the pep talks and advice don't be good. Her mom in turn starts to tell her who died. And I think the point was, at least you're not dead, or like it could be worse, which I mean, death is death is the end in a way. But like, why would your natural reaction be to start telling a person who died, like running it down? And this is not one of them things where they say boomers don't know how to break bad news. They'll just be on Facebook and be like, yeah, I ain't had to have a leg cut off, call me. It's not one of those. This is situations where you're down bad, and your instinct was to say, well, such and such just passed away. What? And the thing about it is, she told me her mama did this multiple times, and we cackled from a good place because she didn't even realize it. She didn't even realize that as the complaining was happening or the venting was happening or whatever, her version of a pep talk was, well, it'll be all right. Such and such passed away. Now, girl, why would you go and tell me that? Okay. It's not good. It's not good. What are people thinking? Next instance, I got a friend. Okay. She gonna listen to the pod. Thinking about making some financial changes. Okay. She calls a friend or ends up talking to a friend. And the friend is like, you know what? Balls to the wall. We about to die anyway. What? Like, if I tell you, this is just an erroneous example. If I tell you that I'm thinking about overdrafting my account so I can get groceries, but my alternative is like, I can only spend a little bit on the groceries and I still have money in my account. I don't think the best response or advice that you could give is, F it, we about to die anyway. Go on and overdraft that account. the advice and pep talks that people are giving are bad. And I want people to stop because although mildly insulting, it don't make good sense. I mean, it does not make good sense. I don't know a better way to say that. I don't know if people are thinking about what they're saying to folks. So I'm solutions oriented, right? I thought maybe we would talk about how to give better pep talks and give better advice. I'm going to start with a little thing called knowing your audience. That's crazy. It's crazy, but just you might want to think about it. I mean, would telling me people are dead help me if I struggle with, I don't know, unaliving, thoughts? Like, where do we know your audience a little bit better before you start talking? It's necessary because the way y'all out here wasting time, you need to know your audience a little bit better. Also, I will say sometimes the situation does not call for a pep talk. Sometimes they don't. We may be venting. A person may be venting. A person may be venting. Maybe you don't even need a pep talk. Maybe you can say that terrible advice and that rah spirit for somebody else. Maybe people just want to vent. That's an option. That's a solution. Maybe you ask them, say, man, you need me to cheer you up and get you going, or you just want me to hear you out. We should ask, probably, especially if you're a bad like pep talk giver. You know what I'm saying? If you do the well, it could be worse. It could be worse. I hate when people say that. It could be worse. It could be worse and it could be better. It could be worse, but it could be better. Stop. Stop. Another way to help people is if you have a solution. This is going to sound crazy, but I just feel like people don't say what they mean in totality all the time. If you have a good pep talk, I need it. Pep talk / advice. If you have good advice or a good pep talk for somebody, get it all out in one breath. Because I feel like some people, they chop it up and it make it sound like it's some bullshit. So if you have something good to say and it pertains to the situation, because obviously my mama telling me that I'm not a felon does not pertain to nothing really. But if you say, you know what? I understand and I've been there and maybe we can do XYZ 1, 2, 3 da 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 da, and you get it all out in one breath instead of just being like, I've been there, or instead of being like, pull all the money out, you're good, you'll be fine. Is that really what you meant, or was there more behind it? I feel like people with bad pep talks, they y'all know how they say Tom Cruise don't have nothing behind his eyes, not a thought behind it. That's how I feel like these things are going. People just saying stuff. I had a homegirl. I will say every business owner has probably gone through this. Say you may be complaining about, oh man, I need more customers or something like that. People will say the most obvious thing to you, and it is like wildly frustrating. If you sell fish plates and, Boom, you need to sell more fish plates. If somebody looks at you and says, have you tried to tell people? Or like, have you put it on Facebook? Like very basic stuff that, I mean, come on. If you see me every day of my life posting on Facebook, I decide to sell fish plates. Why would you ask me if I posted it on Facebook? Or why would you ask me, did I tell anybody? You think I ain't, you didn't, you, well, if you just post it on such and such, I'm sure you'll get blah, blah, blah. That's not true. That's not true. I hate when people do that. This is such a random topic, but I have heard such bad advice and such bad rallying from people. I just wanted to say, stop. Just shut up. Y'all know how on the Kendrick Lamar diss just came out to Drake, and at the end he was like, stop. That's how I feel about bad advice and pep talks that really ain't pep talks. It costs you nothing to be quiet. Be quiet. It's okay. It's okay to be like, you know what? I don't know what that's like, but if you need me, tell me where I could be of assistance. See? You see how easy that was? Oh, man. People make it hard. People make it real hard. Oh, my God. The playlist is up, is ready to rock. The soundtrack for the episode is up, is ready for you. It's a lot of stuff on there about shutting up. I'm not going to lie. But it's fun. You'd be surprised how many songs really apply to this situation. I want us to do better. If the person needs a pep talk, think about it first and do your best to deliver, because right now it's no dice.
As usual, don't forget to check out this episode's playlist on Spotify or YouTube by clicking the link in the bio.